When the tsunami watch was sounded Thursday night, many agencies jumped into action, including the city and county of Honolulu. Workers of the Department of Emergency Management stayed up all night to make sure Oahu residents got the all clear after the tsunami surge reached the island. Joining us this morning is the city's managing director, Douglas Chin. Thanks for waking up so early in the morning after just a really long day and night. Tell us, first of all, you're talking about the cooperation between so many agencies that help get the word out. What was it like? You were at the City Management Center, and what was it like there?
I have to say that's something that we were very grateful for. First of all, that we were able to make it through that entire night. All of Oahu was able to make it through that without any major injuries happening or anything that serious, although there were some isolated cases. And of course, I think you've already talked about the damage that took place at Ke'ehi as well as Haleiwa.
Right, but then that's state jurisdiction. So anything, any damage that the city has seen on city roadways or?
We're checking it out right now, but it actually looks very good, and we're very pleased about that. I think what we appreciated most of all was the level of cooperation that exists between the city officials and the state officials. That was a first tsunami for our administration to go through, but I think what we were very grateful to see was just how much people were able to work together, not just city officials, but state officials, and that was great.
Including people who were evacuating. I mean, they were very cognizant of what was going on, for the most part, I would say, and they evacuated.
Yes.
And were cooperative.
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, sometimes you have your few isolated people that will complain and say that this is a big distraction for them. But I mean, I think ultimately, when you look at what could have happened, I think most people understand that this was a very serious thing, and we're just grateful that we were able to dodge a bullet. That's
Absolutely.
huge.
A lot of people breathing a sigh of relief, but now that it's done and over with, it's also a chance to look back and say, what could we do better for the next time we have an emergency? What were some of the lessons that, or haven't got to that point, what have we learned from this? So next time, when we do have another disaster, we'll be more ready.
I think what I can see that happens whenever a situation like this comes up is that you definitely have to stay in communication with all the different parties involved, and that's hard because there's so much information that's coming in. Now, thankfully, what we have at both the city and the state, as well as these other agencies, is we have the ability to video conference, and so for those people who are watching throughout the night and wondering what are those guys looking at on the screen, besides keeping track of all the networks to see what they were reporting, we were able to stay in video conferencing with the state civil defense people over at Diamond Head. We were in our emergency management station that's nearby, actually just across the street, and then we were also able to keep in touch with the other counties, and I think that was very important because the information coming in was able to help us to be able to direct everybody else. So all in all, I think we can all just feel very relieved that it worked out, and we just have to get ready for the next time.
I was with about 100 curious onlookers over at Diamond Head, and we were looking at the waves below. And,
yes.
and
that was amazing.
Yeah,
just looking at that.
When you saw the coral reef exposed.
Right.
But at about 3:21, everybody waited, and then it was 3:45 and 4 o'clock, and nothing was happening. And I know it's not only up to the mayor, but he was going to be announcing it for Oahu. And I know there's the Tsunami Warning Center, but why the delay in time it was expected, and I think the all clear was given hours later. Are you aware of what the process was?
Well, part of the delay is because I think what we all understood from the experts or learned that night is that it's not just one wave that comes through. Really, you're talking about several hours and patterns that the wave experts understand better than we do. But that's what they're looking for before they're able to clear the beaches and be able to say that we can issue an all clear. And I think the other thing that happens is that even after the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center announces that they're downgrading the warning to an advisory, then what we needed to do is we needed to send helicopters up to do a quick visual of Oahu. The other counties needed to do the same thing, just to make sure that there wasn't any debris on the road, because you might be able to say, well, it's all clear as far as waves are concerned, but we didn't actually know because it was nighttime whether or not there'd actually been damage on the road. Thankfully, there wasn't so much, and so then we were able to issue the all clear pretty quickly after that.
Well, we saw helicopters hovering above that area of the ocean, just kind of
That's
looking
right.
all along the south coast there,
Right,
the south shores.
right.
Yeah.
Because had you sent people out and said it's okay to go on the roads, and there was some tree on the side of the
Sure,
road,
right.
now the emergency workers can't get to it to fix it.
Right. Okay. Douglas, thank you for joining us this
No
morning.
problem.
We appreciate your time.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Okay.
And we'll be right back.